Hi everyone, here we'll discuss two examples on the topic test of hypothesis of difference of means. Yeah, so an example is that two types of new cars produced in USA are tested for petrol mileage. One sample is consisting of 42 cars, averaged 15 kmpl, and another type of consisting of 80 cars, averaged 11.5 kmpl, with the different variances of the populations like 2 and 1.5 respectively. And you are testing whether there is any significant difference in petrol consumption in these two types of cars and with 1% level of with 1% level of significance. See, he has given that there are two types of different cars in USA. Suppose say this is like your type 1 and otherwise type B cars. There are two different types of cars, and my interest is to test whether there is any significant difference in petrol consumption of these two types of cars. Suppose if it is like mu1 is the average mileage of the type A cars and mu2 is average mileage of the type B cars, and we are interested in testing whether there is any significant difference between these two average mileages or there is no significant difference, whether both are same or is there any significant difference in the means of the petrol consumption. That is what we have to check for. Now we need to construct our H0 null hypothesis as there is no significant difference. There is no significant differences. Mileage between these two cars is same. That is how we construct. That is what the statement we have to check for. That is what the statement we test for. And for that you are alternatively constructing a null hypothesis which is denoted with H1, which is alternative hypothesis, and you should select it in a contradictory way of your null hypothesis. That is mu1 not equal to mu2. I mean, there is significant difference between two mileages of two different cars. There is significant difference is alternative hypothesis. Where there is no significant difference is our null hypothesis. And for that we have to use the sample data. So he has mentioned that one sample consisting of 42 cars has been taken from this population. Suppose that this is the sample consisting of 42 cars whose average mileage of these 42 cars is equal to 15 kmpl. So this is the sample data. And likewise, he has taken another sample from the another type of cars. This is a sample and consisting of 80 cars and whose average mileage has become 11.5 kmpl. So this is your sample data from the type 2 cars, type B cars. So all of the things that we have got is like sample size n1 is equals to 42. Sample average mileage is equal to, suppose x1 bar is equal to 15 kmpl, whereas the other sample size n2 is equal to 80, whereas the other mileage of this sample of course is 11.5 x2 bar. Now using this information we are interested in testing this statement is true or false, and one more information is also given, variances of the populations respectively. Suppose say this is the type 1 population, type A population of course, whose variance is equal to 2, and I denoted it with sigma 1 square, and the variance of the second type of course is equal to 1.5. This is also mentioned in the question. So I use this information, sample information and the variances, to test whether this statement is to be rejected or to be accepted. Now we did write about 2 points, and the other is also mentioned like level of significance. We should test it with 1% level of significance. I mean to say 0.01 is the number, equivalent number. And then we have to identify the critical region and p values. Critical region is the one in which we have to reject the null hypothesis. Okay. Yeah. Suppose your test statistic for this difference of means, test statistic Suppose if z is the random variable whose formula is statistic, your statistic of your interest is difference of means minus expectation of this difference of means divided by standard error of the statistic. Statistic here is difference of means. Your interest is in difference of means. So I'll take it x1 bar minus x2 bar. And as I already know, as we already know, x1 bar minus x2 bar, this expectation of x1 minus x2 will be mu1 minus mu2. But we have taken the null hypothesis in that sense that there is no significant difference, like mu1 is equal to mu2. So that gives you 0 here. So I no need to take it. Divided by standard error of this statistic will be a root of sigma 1 square divided by n1 plus sigma 2 square divided by n2. So this is the statistic we use to test this hypothesis. And see, this z will definitely follow a normal distribution because your samples are large in number. So suppose say your distribution, z distribution is something like this. Z is your random variable which is following a distribution which is normal and whose mean is equal to 0. And we take the critical region in the tails of the distribution, in the two tails of the distribution. Why? Because we have selected the alternative hypothesis as of two-tailed hypothesis. If it is mu greater than or less than type, it will be one-tailed alternative hypothesis that that is already known to you. Yes, I have taken two-tailed, I have taken this critical region in the two tails, where since alpha is given 0.01, it should be alpha by 2 here and there is more alpha by 2, and which is the number like 0.005. Again here also you will be having 0.005 units of area under this normal curve. So once this is area 0.005, this number is denoted with z alpha by 2, and since it is left side of 0, it is obviously minus z alpha by 2, and these values will come from the statistical table only. So for this much of area which is there on the right side, the critical value z alpha by 2 is given by your number 2.58. This is your 2.58, and obviously this would be minus 2.58. So what I want to tell you is, if your statistic value, z value is in between minus 2.15 and plus 2.158, this null hypothesis is to be accepted. Otherwise we have to reject it. Otherwise you are writing this region in this way. Mod z is greater than 2.58, we have to reject it. We reject null hypothesis H naught. So this region is called as shaded part is called as critical region. And now we calculate the value. X1 bar is given with 15 minus 11.5 over root of sigma 1 square is given like 2 divided by n1 is the sample size of the first one, plus sigma 2 squared is equal to also given, which is 1.5 over n2, sample size is 80. And if you calculate this, it would be giving you something around 13.5. So this is the number z, which is obviously coming under critical region, because this z value is greater than 2.58. You can see somewhere here the value of z will be somewhere here, that is under critical region. So our decision is that you have to reject the null hypothesis. Therefore, since mod z value is, this value 13.5 is greater than 2.58, we reject null hypothesis. So our null hypothesis is that there is no significant difference between the petrol consumption of these two types of cars. But we have to reject that statement with 1% level of significance, which means the claim which is given is wrong. That is what we are concluding from this test hypothesis. And I think you you are having an idea that what the level of significance 1% here is. That means that is giving, that is really fixed because our process, our test process is correct. We are confident with 99% confidence. And there may be 1% possibility, there may be 1% probability that the test process probably wrong. Yeah. So, yeah, let us look into another question. So, here is another. The mean yield of wheat from district A was 210 pounds. So, there are two districts basically, like is given, suppose that this is the district A and the other one is district B, supposing, and you are looking at mean yield of wheat. Suppose say whose mean yield is equal to mu1 and this population is having mean yield mu2, for, I mean, symbolical if we denote it. And the mean yield wheat from a district A was 210 pounds with standard deviation 10 pounds per acre from a sample of 100 plots. So he has taken a sample of 100 plots. This is a sample which has been collected from district A and the sample size is equal to 100 and whose mean yield is equal to, like x1 bar is the sample mean, I am indicating with 210 pounds. And of course standard deviation is also mentioned for this. Standard deviation of this sample, S1 is the notation, sample standard deviation, and that is also given like 10 pounds. So this is the sample data from district A. Next is that from another district B, the mean yield was 200 pounds. Suppose say we have collected another sample from another district and sample is consisting of 150 plots, like N2 is equals to, I denote with N2 is equals to 50, whereas this is N1. And the mean yield of this sample is, I mean about these 150 plots is 200, that is also mentioned in the question, like 200 pounds. And with standard deviation, S2 is equals to 12 pounds. Okay. Now, assuming that the standard deviation of yield in the entire state was 11 pounds, assuming that the standard deviation of the yield entire state was, I mean these two districts have come from a state whose standard deviation of the entire population is equals to 11 pounds. Say this, I mean, is having some importance. Test whether there is any significant difference between the mean yields of the crafts in these two districts. I mean, we are testing whether is there any significant difference between the mean yields or there is no significant difference. There is no significant difference means mu1 is equal to mu2. Both are same. That is what the sense it is giving you. And mu1 not as equals to mu2 is that there is significant difference between the mean yields of these two districts. See, so to test this, you are indicating this as your null hypothesis, whereas this with alternative hypothesis H1. So you are testing whether there is no significant difference between the two yields, but you are taking it as mu1 not is equals to mu2. I mean in a contradictory way, you are taking that the mean yields of two districts is not same. There is significant difference. That's what. And here the level of significance is not been mentioned. So that instead you take 5% as level of significance, either 1% or 5% should be selected. That should be fixed prior to your test process only. So that I have fixed it for 5%, or as a number it is like 0.05. Now to test this statistic, I mean this is concerning about difference of means. Test statistic for this would be Z is equals to, as we already seen in the previous example, x1 bar minus x2 bar over root of, this is the standard deviation of the district A and standard deviation of the district B should be used usually, but since both the districts have come from the same state and whose population is 11, the same that you can use, sigma square divided by n1 plus sigma 2 square divided by n2. This is not required, unnecessarily has given this information in the question, you may neglect it. That is why I've taken this example to explain that information. It is not required for us. Our intention is to use the population standard deviation in the formula. Population standard deviation will be sigma, and in this case, both sigma 1 square and sigma 2 square or nothing but the same standard deviation of the state, because these two are coming from single state whose standard deviation is equals to 11. So I can use, instead of sigma 1 and sigma 2, sigma is only enough. So your z will be 210 minus 200 over root of 11 square divided by n1 is 100 plus 11 square divided by n2. n2 is like 150. And this number will be giving you 7.04 or so. Now, using this test statistic value, I mean, this statistic will follow some distribution so that you can recognize what the critical region is, and in which region we have to reject the null hypothesis and in which region we have to accept it. For that, we take that this statistic, this random variable will follow normal distribution because you have selected large samples. Yeah, the statistic about the sample follows normal distribution, whose mean is equals to 0, standard normal distribution. And since it is of not equal to type, we use the two tails to indicate our level of significance. This much of p value will be there in the two tails of the distribution, whose value is equals to alpha by 2. Nothing but here in this case, since alpha is equal to 0.05, it's 0.025. This is what known as critical region. And of course, this is also critical region. And corresponding to this alpha, this critical value will be z alpha by 2, and that value will be 1.96. This value will come from the statistical table. We no need to worry about it. And obviously this point is minus 1.96. Since this is the critical region, and you may mention that mod z value is greater than 1.96. The same I am indicating it here. This area is been indicated in this way. Mod z is greater than 1.96. If the number is more than 1.96 or less than minus 1.96, we reject null hypothesis. This is what your critical region. Reject null hypothesis H0. Now you can compare these two values. Our z value has become 7.04. Obviously it is more than 1.96. So our decision is that we reject null hypothesis. We reject H0. So whatever the claim is being made, there is no significant difference between the two mean yields of the two districts. There is no significant differences over H0. That should be rejected. That statement is false. That statement is to be rejected with 5% level of significance. I mean, our test process is correct about 95%. So this is how we test the difference of means. Hope you can understand. Thank you.